What's going on, Flicks Talkers? This is David for Flicks Talk Podcast, and I'm back with another movie review. This time for the film Triple Threat, starring Tony Jaa, Selena Jade, Scott Adkins, Iko Uwais, Michael J. White, Tiger Chen, and Michael Bisping, just to name a few. Now, real quick before I get into my review, guys, I'm going to give you a huge disclaimer, just letting you know that this is not a huge Hollywood production, guys, so my rating scale might be a little different. I really just wanted to go see this movie because I am a fan of martial arts and a lot of the names attached to this movie. So that being said, I was lucky enough to see this in its limited release on March 19th, 2019. But don't worry if you guys miss it, it is going to be on physical, DVD, and Blu-ray in May. Alright, that being said, let's jump right into the synopsis of this film. A hit contract is taken out on a billionaire's daughter intent on bringing down a major crime syndicate. A down-and-out team of mercenaries must take on a group of professional assassins and stop them before they kill their target. Now, this film is directed by Jesse Johnson, Joey O'Brien, Fang Jing Song, and Paul Stahelli. Alright guys, so without getting into too many spoilers, I'm going to let you know what I did like about the movie, kind of the central theme of this movie, and some of my dislikes of the movie. Now, right off the bat, guys, the like of this film was all the action stars. So we have one of my favorite action stars of all time, Mr. Tony Jaa, and it was amazing to see him kind of cross over in this film, and it was awesome to see him speak in English for most of this movie because he is from Thailand. So him even pushing himself to do that was really awesome in my book, as well as Iko Uwais. He was awesome in The Raid and The Raid 2. Another awesome star in this movie is Michael J. White, someone that I followed from Spawn to Black Dynamite, and even some of the smaller roles like Android Cop and Falcon Rising, which I liked and I thought were kind of goofy, but I really followed his career, guys, and I think he's a phenomenal martial artist, and I definitely suggest you check out some of those old titles. And seeing someone at his age still kicking ass and in great shape is always awesome, especially on the big screen. Now, someone I wasn't too familiar with was Scott Adkins, and he was a beast on screen, so I'm definitely gonna have to go back and check some of his movies out because he's a really good fighter as well, guys. Now, even though this is kind of like a typical revenge type of story, it was kind of cool how they did a creative take on things. So pretty much you have Tony Jaa's character Payu and Tiger Chen as Long Fei helping out our American mercenaries in what they think is like a humane mission, but it kind of ends up going sour, guys, and they get double crossed. So it's a whole revenge factor, them trying to find the mercenaries, as well as Iko's character trying to get revenge for something that happened. I'm not gonna get into spoilers, guys, but something does happen to him, his village, his family, the love of his life, and once again we get that Kill Bill revenge story, and I absolutely loved it, guys. Now, if you guys are in the mood for martial arts, you guys all have it right here. There's some amazing fight scenes where they throw down the guns and the knives and they just go hand-to-hand combat for, you know, sometimes 5-minute, 8-minute scenes that just go on fighting and fighting and fighting, and it's awesome. If you guys are really into stuff like this, I think you guys are definitely gonna love it. From traditional karate to kickboxing to MMA style fighting, you guys have it all here in one movie. Alright guys, now my dislikes for the movie was some of the cinematography. The quality was a little lower than usual. Like I said, this isn't a multi-million-dollar production, guys, on a Hollywood grand scale, so they were kind of working with what they had. A couple of drone shots that came in, but when they switched over to a different scene, you could noticeably tell that the quality was a little bit lower, especially me watching it on a huge screen in a Dolby Digital theater. That being said, that's the reason why I gave this disclaimer, guys. It's definitely not going to win any Oscars, but to me, the personal subject matter is really interesting and entertainment. So for that, I'm going to grade it on that alone. Also, in a couple of scenes, some of the dialogue and acting was, you know, kind of subpar, but I understand a lot of these meathead muscle looking guys, they're kind of only good for a couple of different roles, being that tough guy, the bad guy, or just the tough big badass that's there to just whoop ass anytime some shit goes down. And for that, I can totally appreciate it, and I didn't really take it too seriously when they were throwing in some of the cheesy jokes here and there. All in all, I had fun with this movie, even though I had a couple of scenes of downtime that weren't really action-packed. It was alright, I was invested. There was a lot of characters to kind of get invested with, but our three main protagonists, Tony Jaa, Iko, and Tiger Chen, were really entertaining. It was cool seeing them cross over, like I said, from their native tongue to an English-speaking role. And once again, for that, I really praise them, guys, and I respect them so much more for pushing that ability, especially since I haven't seen Tony Jaa in movies in a couple of years. I know he's getting a little older, but he's still definitely a lot quicker than most guys his age, and he's definitely kicking ass in this movie, guys. Once again, with the elbows and a couple of those knee shots to the gut, which are always awesome and I love so much. But don't get it twisted, guys. Even if you're not a fan of martial arts and you're just a fan of action, blow them up, explosions everywhere, you have that. So like every 20 minutes, guys, there is a gun battle or someone getting blown up by a missile. So you have that along with all this martial arts stuff. So when I was watching this movie on the big screen, guys, I definitely got that 80s, 90s kung fu feel of a movie where some of the acting isn't really taken 100%. Now, I'm not discrediting these actors whatsoever, because I know these guys do work their ass off and they want to be taken seriously in Hollywood, but I think the type of people that are going to see these movies really want to see some amazing fight choreography, and that's one thing that I did really love about this movie. That being said, I gotta say that it's probably a movie that you'd be more comfortable watching at home as opposed to watching it on the big screen, especially when you have so many quick frames flashing by and you get a lot of the shaky cam kind of going left to right and up and in your face real close and then really back. So it got a little jarring for me in some instances, but maybe I should have sat in a seat a few rows back. That being said, guys, Triple Threat was an overall fun time. The final conclusion and battle scenes were definitely notable, and I respected them. They could have kind of amped it up a little more with the excitement, and especially the music. I felt like some of the music didn't really fit the tension of some of the scenes, or it could have built up a little bit more to someone dying or whatever, but it kind of wasn't there in a couple of scenes. Overall, like I said, had fun with the movie, guys, and for that, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for my martial arts scale, all right? What does that mean, guys? That means for this genre of movies, I'm not looking for Academy Award winning acting. I'm not even looking for Academy Award winning CGI or stunt work. I'm looking more at the choreography and the central story of the film, and I think because of that, in this genre, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, guys. All right, have you guys seen Triple Threat? Are you gonna see it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you guys did like this video, please hit that thumbs up button, guys. It always helps me out, and make sure you guys are subscribing and hit that bell notification to always get alerted about videos like this. Thank you guys so much for checking in. Until next time, I'm gone. Peace.